The first thing I'm going to say about this car is it's immediately obvious you're in a fantastic car. Everything's great, it looks great, it's well built, it's fast, but it's got the shittiest, crappiest dashboard you could ever come across. It's almost like it's made out of recycled biros. Now 0 to 60 test, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's certainly quick enough, this car. It doesn't have the big roar of the 3.5 litre engine. In fact, I can hardly hear the engine. It's such a smooth delivery. It's silky smooth transition through the gears. It really is quite amazing in that respect. Back to this dashboard. Why on earth would they cut corners and put such a low grade quality dashboard in the car? Everything else is fine, but it's just dreadful. It's a bit like some of the Aston Martins. They have this horrible plastic trim around here. Anyway, back to the basics. The rear view vision, not a lot going on there, but you can see, and it is obstructed by the headrest. If you had 2 people in the back, you'd be okay, but a third one, you wouldn't be able to see a damn thing. Side mirrors, wing mirrors, they're large, you can see where you've been. Instrument cluster is good. Could be obstructed by the top of the steering wheel if I was to mess around with the adjustments. The center console is very complicated. There's no way in a million years I'm going to mess around with these controls while I'm driving, because I'll have to take my eyes off the road. Now this is the automatic. It does feel quite claustrophobic in the car, but I think, yeah, it is actually quite small. There is quite a lot around you, and there's not a lot of room in here. It's not the biggest cars in terms of space on the inside. Apart from the gnarly dashboard and stuff like this, everything else feels nice and quality. So I suppose getting one thing wrong is forgivable, but it's such a big thing to get wrong, I think. I give the steering a bit of a wiggle. This car does surprisingly meander and rope around and roll around all over the place. It's obviously a sports car, it's obviously a high powered car, so to do emergency manoeuvres in this car at speed, the car's not going to complement the intentions of the driver that well at all. You're going to find the car bouncing around and rolling around and meandering. So if I was going to have one of these myself, personally I'd go for a sport suspension. You're going to get a much more enthusiastic ride. Okay, you're going to lose the comfort, but if you're going to drive a powerful car, you're obviously going to be doing speeds at some point. You're going to want to know the car's going to respond to your intentions. And doing 70 miles an hour now, bit of a wiggle there, and the car just snakes and rolls all over the place. Personally, I find that unsettling. The steering is very light. I don't feel the road. It's anaesthetised by the power steering. The only thing I am feeling is the power steering. So that's not a great point either. It's nice to have a bit of feedback from the road. There is even almost a little bit of a lag in the steering wheel, which is amazing really when you think this is a Mercedes. You'd think the steering wheels would follow immediately afterwards, but I can definitely move this steering wheel without the car following, and that's very, very strange. Now, the brakes. 3, 2, 1. Oh my word. That is possibly one of the best braking systems I've ever come across in a car. Mercedes, BMW and Honda, when it comes to brakes, they just seem to get it right. Perfectly smooth. Ability to apply a gradual pressure of the braking, no grabbing. Everything's working in harmony. All the calipers are working in synchronization. Truly fantastic. Really is a fantastic braking system. I know it may sound strange that somebody can get excited about brakes, but I drive so many cars, and when you do come across a set of brakes which work like a Swiss watch, you come to really appreciate the engineering quality behind that. Now, one fantastic feature about this vehicle is the fact that you just can't hear anything. The only thing I'm aware of is the sound of other people's engines. It's almost like this car is running on like an electric motor or fresh air. It's a 3.5 litre engine. You know, there's a big beast under this bonnet. But can I hear it? Not at all. Not at all. This is a fantastic, superb, luxurious and expensive car. I'm finding it hard to find things wrong with it. Apart from the mentioned dashboard, apart from the fact that it is so squishy and squashy inside, there's nothing about this car really that stands out and says, you know, this is wrong, this shouldn't be this way. This car is legendary. If you're thinking about buying one of these cars, I would strongly urge you to take one for a test drive, because personally I think it's absolutely fantastic. I can't fault it, to be fair. The only thing that remains for me to do now is to give a report of what the cornering is like, and there's no better place to test the cornering of a vehicle than to go around a roundabout, especially one that allows you to go up to 50 miles an hour. Well, obviously we're not doing 50, but we are doing 40, and because the car's got a rolly sort of feel to it, I have to admit I am leaning over a bit. I am hanging on. He doesn't quite go around squatting on railway lines like a BMW does, but that is the shocks. In fact, I would say the cornering on this car is not as good as I expected. It's almost like it's struggled. So if you're thinking about buying one of these, I would recommend you take two types for a test drive. One with the comfortable soft shocks like this one has, and then take the sports version and see what the difference is, because the difference is going to be chalk and cheese.